Well, I'm ready for you guys. Let's go.
You guys want to do a live on IG at 8?
What? No.
Come on, bro. We gotta promote, man. Let's do it for half an hour, Welby.
All right. No problem.
I got a thing at 8, but I can there. Wait a minute. I got another
Or
thing.
we can do it at 9. You want to do it at 9?
I can do it later.
No.
Shit,
Welby,
that's past Welby
man.
bedtime, boy.
Now, Welby,
I'm hurting right now, man.
That boy at 9 o'clock, boy. He got his eyes. His eyes weigh like bricks.
what you sleeping from, Welby?
No, man, putting together this mastermind, it's a lot of work on the back end, man. A lot of it, man. So it's gonna be amazing, though. Yeah, it's gonna be amazing.
I'm happy for you. Hey, Roundup homies, come on in, guys. It is good to see everybody. Yo, what up? It is phenomenal to see you here tonight as we kind of push through this heat. How's the weather up in New York? I know it was 95 here today in Virginia.
It was in the 80s. It wasn't too bad.
It wasn't too bad. We had I don't know if did you get it, Dan? We had some torrential rainstorm, and it was kind of crazy.
No, I didn't get anything here.
Man.
Oh, that's cool. So Roundup tonight, I've actually, this is why I actually designed the real estate Roundup. Was before like the 2010. I literally started this platform. It wasn't on YouTube, obviously, but I was just recording some of the best entrepreneurs and real estate investors in my area. And what I've learned is the more you do, the thing that you're doing may not be the thing that ends up blowing, but it will lead to the thing, right? And I want you to know what you're doing is not the thing that you think you might want to do, it will lead to the thing because the universe favors action. So today, I'm going to announce tonight, Dan Borrero, Welby is here in the building. We have something special for you coming up this week, right up there in New York, New Jersey area. Dan and Welby, what up, homies?
What's going on, man? I'm so excited to be on the screen with you two guys. You have no idea, man. This is like
I feel the same thing I feel the same about you guys. I feel so lucky. I'm privileged, man.
Yeah, this to me is a privilege, man.
Grateful. We got here. Somebody's in Texas. What's going on?
Texas.
Moyo, what up?
Love it.
So what we're doing is my daughter will be playing in Carnegie Hall this week coming up, right? So I decided to say, look, since I got the homies here, I kind of have empathy, compassion, and humility, and the utmost respect for people that don't have a sounding board and don't have a network or an inner circle or board of trustees or even a phone person they can call on a phone to bounce ideas off of, different perspectives and ideology, and even networking. I can call Welby and Dan at any time. But I want to say, listen, who do you have on your inner circle? So Dan and Welby were so gracious enough to kind of say, look, we will meet with you guys one night this week, June 15th, to kind of say, look, let's have dinner together. Let's talk about real estate and let's do some networking. So Dan and Welby will be dropping some gems. They're going to do some training. We're going to be recording it all and answering your questions to help guide you through this next real estate. I don't even know what it's called. Recession, crash,
surprise,
downturn, surprise,
market correction. Who knows?
Market correction. Right.
So, Dan, tell us a little bit about what we got going on for my Roundup homies this Wednesday.
So, like Chris said, he called me up. This all came together yesterday in literally 2 hours. Chris called me up, said he's going to be in town. But, of course, Chris's schedule is all packed already with ball games and theater tickets. So we had to work around that. And, of course, Welby's schedule and my schedule. But we figured it out, man. And I'm so proud of the way we put this together so quickly. So, and then of course we found the venue. Chris and I have hosted luncheons there. The service is good. The food is spectacular.
Yep.
It's going to be in Newark, New Jersey. You mind if I put out the name, guys? Or
yeah, go ahead, put it all out.
It'll be Don Pepe's Restaurant. It's been around for over 30 years. And it's been around for 30 years for a reason, right? It's going to be, you're going to have your choice of 3 dishes. This is a real 3-course meal, guys.
Yep.
This is not a buffet, sit-down meal, waiter service. You're going to have a choice of beef, chicken, and fish. You're going to have hors d'oeuvres. You're going to have dessert, cappuccino, coffee, unlimited sangria, unlimited wine, unlimited beer, unlimited soda. Not only that, we're gonna be covering 4 different subject matters, subject to how to deal with contractors, of course, how to prepare for the recession, and how to deal with how to scale up. And then, you know, that's going to be the first hour and a half, and the second hour and a half, it's going to be totally dedicated to us walking the room, you guys talking to us, and asking any questions you want face to face. And you're going to have we're going to have the opportunity to dig deep into whatever your question is, because a lot of times, I'm sure you guys know, you may ask us a question, but it's hard for us to answer it because we don't have the context that's behind the question.
Back and forth.
We need to get the back and forth going so we could actually understand the question and give you the right advice. And you're going to have that time to get that. And of course, take pictures and be in the room with other people like-minded that want to succeed.
Mm-hmm.
That want to succeed. You know, I was telling Chris and Welby, well, Chris already knew, but the first luncheon we did, what was it, like 2 years ago, Chris?
Yeah, a year or something ago. Yep, been a while.
So 3 of those people got together. One's a money person, one's a contractor, the other one's a property manager. They got together. They're on their third flip right now.
Sweet.
You know, so it's the networking is what I think is the most valuable. You know.
Yep. So, Welby, for the 3.2 of my roundup homies that don't know who you are, give us a little bit of background. I know I was actually literally hanging out with you, going house to house to house to house to house. Let me rewind. Property to property to property to property in Woodbury, Connecticut.
Waterbury, Connecticut.
Waterbury, Connecticut. Yeah. Woodbury, I'm thinking of Minnesota. Go ahead, brother. Give us your background, man. People.
Well, most people know of me for flipping houses. Most people know of me of talking about the good, the bad, the ugly of real estate. And then my claim to fame, I guess, is teaching people the process of flipping properties, flipping their mindset, understanding the importance that you do need money to invest in real estate, but it doesn't mean it has to be your money. Yes. And then showing the people that the long-term play for any real estate investor should be positive cash flow or passive income, excuse me. So I like to share my story. I like to share my pitfalls. I talk about how many times I lost in real estate, and it actually took me in my 11th or 12th year to when I finally figured it out and realized that my biggest Achilles heel was that I kept skipping the process. I kept finding the quickest way to get to something, cutting a lot of corners, but all those corners I cut came to kick me back in my tail. So the goal for me now is to share with the world my experiences and to show them the process of what I do, and hopefully to give them their learning curve, shorten their learning curve so that they can find success a lot quicker than it took me.
Sweet. There's a saying, Welby, that I wanted to ask you about. It says, "I have met the enemy, and it is I." Tell me about that perspective regarding you and your matriculation and actually becoming successful as a real estate investor.
The day I started betting on myself. So when you say I was the enemy is I was an enemy against myself because I didn't believe in myself. So I was banking on other people. So that's the reason why I would blindly give up my money to supposed influencers or supposed other real estate investors or other people like realtors or contractors or mortgage lenders. And they saw me coming, so they took advantage of me. And as I always tell people, like a lot of people do today, if at that time, if I had the money, if I had $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 and I wanted to bet on myself to invest that money, I would find every excuse for me not to bet on myself or to invest it myself. But if another Joe Schmo would have approached me and said the right words and approached me at the right time and asked me for that same $10,000, $15,000, I would be quick to give that money. So when I decided to finally bet on myself, of course I made mistakes. Of course I had ups and I had downs. Even at the level that I'm at now, I still make mistakes. I still have ups and downs, but I learned to bet on myself. And then of course, keep myself around people like Dan, like yourself and all the other guys that we have. And we lean on one another to help one another out, because none of us are perfect. But what we don't do is we don't stop. That's what we don't do.
I love it. I love it. Dan, thank you so much for hanging. You guys, I don't know if y'all understand. These dudes together, they got some serious doors, right? And not that I want to focus on, and I know both of y'all preach this too. We don't want to focus on a bunch of doors, but it's the quality. What is it?
Thank you.
Quality.
Thank you so much. No. It's quality. I always say it's quantity over quality. So
quantity.
Can I elaborate on that?
Yeah.
So because people want to sensationalize, especially today, especially for the new investors out here, people want to sensationalize how many doors that they have. So they want to say, I got 1,000 doors, or I got 500 doors, or I got 50 doors. So what happens now is the people equate the amount of doors to the quality of what they have, right? Which I know for a fact isn't true. So what I focus on, right? So what I focus on is the quality of my properties, the quality of my cash flow. So quick example, I had a buddy of mine that bought a 12-unit building. He bought the 12-unit building and he was making $5,000 a month in net cash flow. I bought a 6-unit building and I bought it for 20% of the value of what he bought his 12-unit building, and I'm making $5,000 in net cash flow. So if you compare now, if I would have purchased another 6-unit building in the same manner, I would still be far less in debt than what he paid for his 12-unit building, but I would be making twice the amount of money. So there is the perfect example of focusing on the quality versus the quantity. Not saying obviously you want to build up, you want to scale, but we need to be focusing on the quality over the quantity.
You want to scale with quality. You don't want to scale with garbage, you know.
There you go. There you go.
So this Wednesday is going to be in 2 days. I'm going to be in New York for the entire week, hanging out with these guys. And for this dinner and networking event, it's going to be in Newark, New Jersey. What is it? Don Pepe's restaurant. We're going to be starting at 5 p.m., 5 to 8. And all the information is in the video description. We're going to be doing training. I'm going to be from my short time I've been in this business since 2004, I can see, just like it's plain as day, the best time to take over mortgage payments subject to how we buy and take over debt is when the interest rates are down, right? So these next few years, we're going to be able to capitalize over these low interest rates. I'm here to tell you, I'm already doing it. And I want you to be able to capitalize too. I sincerely want you to win. Dan, well, contractors, you've been dealing with these contractors. You've been dealing with these guys since 89.
Wow.
You know, we've had that discussion. We're going to be talking about that, and you know, Welby, I would really love Welby to actually take control of that.
Okay.
That discussion when we're doing it. But look, we're going to be sharing how all three of us literally deal with our contractors. You know, I just put out a post, and I got this idea from Chris. I just put out a post, and it's got like I think over almost 5,000 views already. How do I, you know, we all have difficulty getting contractors to sign that W-9, W-2, right? Because at the end of they all agree to it, but they never want to sign it. So the idea that Chris gave me was, Dan, he goes, why don't you show it with the W-2, rather W-9 form, with the check that you're going to pay them on a clipboard. So the carrot is the check. You don't sign it, you can't get the check. And put it on the ever since I started doing that, oh man, I don't have a problem anymore having these guys sign that W-9, right? So I could send them the 1099 at the end of the year, so we could actually take a legitimate deduction for that expense, right? Because somebody's got to pay the taxes on it. Right. So little things like that, including like I got to tell you guys, I never pay a down payment, a deposit, because I go out and I actually buy the material. Gotcha. I actually develop relationships myself with the plumbing supply house, electrical supply house, the lumber yards, and then because I'm paying for the material and it's on the job, there's no reason for us to give them a deposit. Now, I love it. The other thing is I get to shop the cost of that material, right, which decreases my cost. And on top of that, I'm using my credit card, which increases my reward points, and I take my entire family first-class trips everywhere based on my reward points.
Sweet. That is cool. So Dan's going to be getting into more of that. And I know that, well, let me ask you, is Connecticut a friendly? I was talking to one of my business partners today, and he said that Connecticut kind of follows, or the New York landlord-tenant rules and regs kind of spill over into Connecticut. Is that true?
Yes, it's true. So if you're asking if Connecticut's a landlord-friendly state, no, it's not. No, it's not.
Is it as bad as New York, Welby?
But New York is real bad, bro. New York is real bad. But it's not too far off from there. You know, it's definitely not too far off. I got a couple of tenants that I've been going through the process of evicting them, and going through the court system. We're in it months later. We're in it for months later. That and we're still dealing with that. But yeah, it's not a landlord friendly state, But that's what it is.
So I'm presuming that over the years, just like Dan, I cannot wait to hear some of the techniques, tools, and strategies. No doubt you have had to develop, because you can't buy this stuff, or you can't.
You can't read it out of a book.
That's my point.
You can't buy the stuff. What you will get, just like you have realtors that go to, what do you want to call that, Dan? Realtor school to get the license.
Real estate school, yeah.
Real estate school. Then they walk out overly confident because the book told them to do this, do that, do this, do that. And then when they realize they come out into the real world, a lot of it is not applicable in the manner how it was presented. So it's the same thing with investing here. So Dan has his methods, you have your methods, I have my methods. The beautiful thing about it is all of our methods work, right? So even with what Dan just finished describing, how he addresses his contractor, I do nothing like that, right? And what I do works, So the beautiful thing about it, for all the people that will be there that day on the 15th this week, 5 o'clock at Pepe's. That's the right name?
Don't Pepe.
Dos Pepe's. You guys are going to get to hear 3 different perspectives involving real estate investing. And I always tell people, if you're really serious about investing in real estate, and then you're coming into a room with multiple real estate investors, it is impossible that you're going to tell me that there's not one of these people you walked in and you couldn't relate to them.
No doubt.
It's impossible. So if you can't find interest in what one of us are saying, it's because you don't want to do real estate.
Yeah.
That's just what it is. You don't want to do real estate. So real estate's a beautiful tool, and you're going to hear 3 different perspectives. And believe it or not, I contact both these guys all the time. Hey, Dan, listen, I got a situation I'm doing here. What would you do with a scenario like that? Mm-hmm. Or Chris, and vice versa. So that's the beautiful thing about real estate. It's always, you're never going to learn everything in this business. Never, 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 never. And
my thing is being in the room. I remember when Welby and I were driving, I don't know, it was about an hour or so in the car. I was telling him about some debt. I was moving it around, and I could see him sucking it in. Then he was telling me about how he's using lenders to buy this new property. That was that condemned? Was that property condemned?
Which one was that one? Was that the last one? Which one?
You got more. I thought that was
listen to this. This is how far the man has come. He don't remember which property.
Remember which one.
Check that out.
Good for you, Welby.
I love it, Welby.
Just different perspectives.
The one that one was condemned by the city. Yes, I know which one you're talking about.
You get the drawings.
Condemned by the city. That's the one that we just finished doing the architectural drawings and waiting to approve it so we can start rebuilding the property back. So yeah,
it takes time.
Yeah.
So round up being in the room. Well, I had an opportunity just because of the position we're all in. Billionaires don't hang out with people that make $100,000. I'm telling y'all the truth here. I know I don't want to sugarcoat this stuff. Elon Musk ain't hanging out with dudes that make 6 figures a year. Not happening, right? Just not in this circle. They got different perspectives. Certain dudes that earn a certain amount of money, they kind of hang out in that same boat. What I want to do with you is give you an opportunity to hang out with guys that are high income earners. And I'm not counting your money. I'm not saying that we're here, you're there, high, low, better, worse. All I'm saying is I want to give you the chance that I didn't have. Not one time was I able to hang out with serious money makers when I was starting off. I don't know about Welby and Dan, but they didn't have nothing to say to me.
Never.
I'm like, hey, I'm just starting. Can we go to lunch, dinner? Just imagine going to dinner. It wasn't even be a conversation to go to dinner with one of these guys.
Now, look, I've always wanted to be in the room with people bigger than me. In my younger years, my biggest hurdle was getting over the fact that they were more financially better off than I was, and I would get intimidated by that. But I would work around getting over that fear factor to get into that room. And over time, I realized they want to talk to you. They want to share their knowledge.
They do.
This is not
the time.
It
don't have the time.
It's just. But if they're in that room, they're going to share their knowledge.
Oh yeah, that's the key. But then you said if.
But that's the thing. You got to put yourself in the room, right? with people that are doing something that you want to get to.
Yeah.
You know, you don't want to be in the room with people who are doing what you're doing because you're not going to grow.
Yeah.
But you want to be in the room with other people that actually are doing it and have done it and have encountered those dilemmas and succeeded at overcoming those dilemmas and understand that we as entrepreneurs, we're problem solvers, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what we do by nature. That's what we're doing on a daily basis. We're solving, you know, people's. I tell people all the time, well, what are you? I says, I don't know. It depends what time of day you call me. Either I'm a social worker, I'm a financial advisor, I'm a banker. I could be the janitor, depending on the time of day you call me, which day, you know. So we get our hands dirty. We get in there and we do it. We don't make excuses.
And you want to be in the room. I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Welby.
You want to make sure that you're in the room with people that are really playing too.
Right. So, tell about that, Welby. I know you got you told me I really got a chip on my shoulder with guys that are trying to take people's money and not.
Well, I do have a problem with people trying to take people's money because I was a victim of that multiple times. I was a victim of being manipulated, taken advantage of, robbed, raped, whatever you want to call it. Whatever you want to call it. So when it comes to real estate, I take it really personal because I know personally what real estate has done for me. I know how it's changed my life and my family's life, what it's done for me. So now you want to be careful who you getting into a room with, because especially with social media could create an image and a narrative and a story like a movie, right? But just because you seen Tom Cruise jumping out of that plane or he's doing that movie with Top Gun, he don't know how to fly that damn plane though. Yeah, or whatever you call that jet fighter. So you want to be around people that understands this real estate market, understands the changes that are happening in this real estate market like it's happening right now. A lot of you people don't understand and realize that a lot of people are going to get ran over with the changes that are happening right now, right? So with someone like humbly speaking, you know, someone like myself,
right?
Hey, speak it, man.
Right? Someone like Dan and Chris, we've been through it.
Already been through it.
We've been through it. So you want to be around people that when that shit, excuse me.
You good, man?
Or when it's time to go to war, because that's what it's gonna be like. There's gonna be a lot of casualties that's gonna be laid out with the changes. So you want to go to war with people that when the tough gets going, you know that when you turn to the left or the right, he or she's gonna be there with you.
Yeah.
That's how critical it is. This is how serious it is. So the people that are sugarcoating the mess that's going on right now, I'm telling you, man, a lot of people are going to get ran over.
Well, yeah.
So if you think that the subprime mortgage of 2008, 2009 was bad, I'm telling you, it's going to be a bloodbath. But with the bloodbath, there's a lot of time to make some money.
That's right.
A lot of time to make some good money. So
you know, Welby, you said that there's not been one recession that I have since I've been self-employed since 1985. There's not been one recession that I have not come through without adding another zero to my net worth at the end. Sometimes even the digit in the front goes up by one.
Wow.
Right. But there's not one recession, and that all comes down to preparation.
I think it comes to time too, Dan. I mean, you learn that over time.
Yeah, well, but the thing is, you learn it over time, but you learn it also from other people's mistakes. So why not put yourself in the room on Wednesday night with guys that have been through the recessions and guys that have made the mistakes and learn from our mistakes? You don't have to be a rocket scientist to learn from our mistakes. You just have to decide whether you want to be wise or unwise.
The thing is that with this business, the truth is that it's not difficult to comprehend it. It really is. An adolescent can do it. What separates the boys from the men, the women from the girls, is that the adversity that you got to go through. That's what separates you.
Hold up. You said go through. So you're telling me once I go through it, then I'm done?
Oh, no. We go through it every day.
Okay. Go.
We go through this every day. When the thing is that the truth is, and I get told this by a lot of my friends, is that, Welby, you make this look easy. Yo, I don't sweat under pressure. You're right. I do make it look easy until you get into doing it, until you get into this and do it. This is a tough business. Mm-hmm. That's the reason why, as wealthy as you are, not counting your pockets, Chris, as wealthy as Dan is, pay attention to the fact that even my brother Jude, right, and a bunch of other guys, extremely wealthy people, and they don't lead with the end result. They don't lead with the Rolex. They don't lead with the fancy cars. They don't lead with the trips. They lead with the work.
I love it, man.
Then the reward.
Wow.
What I want to stress with everybody, the reward is the trips, is the Rolex, is the fancy cars, is the nice house. So that's the reason why you see me with my $5 Levi t-shirt on, right? I'm here getting to work.
Wow.
Now, at the end of the work, when it's time to go out, Saturday, I'll pull out the Ferrari or I'll pull out the whatever, because that's my reward. You deserve it, Welby. Go and have a good time. Enjoy yourself. So don't get it twisted in thinking that you're going to come into this business and all you're going to do is walk into this business, because everybody is doing it. Mostly everybody that just came into the business will not be here next year.
No.
Guarantee it.
Actually, most people came in the last 5 years won't be here.
Will not be here. No, so you guys gotta pick a side. Either you're gonna stand on the sidelines, right, where it's not safe to play. This time around, it's more safer to play in the street. Don't listen to what your parents told you growing up. No. This time around,
the real money, guys, is in the street.
We're in the street. So get your asses
I'm driving for dollars. I'm talking to neighbors.
Let's go.
Talking to the bodegueros, talking to the barbers.
Yeah, you good with that?
Yeah, that's where you're gonna find the stupid dollars. It's not the stupid opportunities that are gonna lead to the stupid dollars.
And here's the thing with what Dan said. We don't care about the interest rates, people. We don't care about what these interest rates are doing. Don't get me wrong. We prefer it to be low. Don't get me wrong.
I don't, because when it's low, you got too many novice. Competition's too steep.
Absolutely.
And then the problem is that the novice and the competition is bidding stupidly. So how many times we go to the auction and they're bidding over market value?
That is true.
Because they get emotional, right? Because interest rates are so cheap, because money's so cheap. So I like it when interest rates are high, because it knocks out the novice. It knocks out the mom and pops. I should say the mom and pops, but it knocks out the newbies or the people who aren't buying thinking. They're buying emotionally. Yep. So no, I like it when interest rates go up.
Hey Dan, could you tell them the ticket price and what
Valerie wants to know? Yeah, it's an event. Listen, this is a networking event. Put yourself in a room. If you're struggling, or like if you're anything like me, you didn't have a sounding board or somebody to bounce ideas off. The 4 walls is magic. And I'm going to be there in the city. Go ahead, Dan.
Newark, Connecticut, this coming Wednesday.
Newark, New Jersey.
Newark, New Jersey.
What the hell? I'm messing up the name like you too. I'm sorry. Newark, New Jersey. I apologize. Newark, New Jersey, 5 p.m.
It's going to be $295, and you're going to get a 3-course meal with that.
This is a quality meal. This isn't
white glove service. This is not unlimited drink, unlimited wine, beer, soda. You're gonna have your choice from either beef, chicken, or fish. It's a phenomenal opportunity for the food itself is the food and the service by itself is worth it. And you get to meet. You're gonna be able to network. And we're gonna be telling you guys, talk to the people next to you.
There you go.
To your right, to your left. They could be your next $100,000 deal.
Yep.
Swap contact information. Ask them what they do. Partner up. There might be a money person there, and you might be the person who's great at finding deals. You just don't have to have the money.
You don't know.
You may have the money, find deals, but you need a great contractor. That contractor may be sitting across from you.
Yep.
You don't know. Speak to people. You're going to be in a room with like-minded people who want to get ahead.
Yeah.
You can't stress the importance of a team. You can't do it by yourself. You might be the leader, but as a leader, you know when to sit back and let somebody else lead.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not the subject matter expert of anything, right? The beautiful thing about being an investor, you do not need to be licensed. You don't need to be the smartest person in the room. It don't matter if you're a felon. It don't matter if you're tall, fat, gay, straight, black, white, female, male. Who cares? That don't matter. As an investor.
Tell them why. Tell them why. Because you see this, guys? See this? Money don't have a conscience.
No.
Money don't care whose pocket it ends up in. Money only knows the pocket it ends up in is the pocket that's hustled the most and the smartest.
But here's the beautiful thing. Everybody that you're going to have around you is going to have to be licensed.
That's right.
It's going to have to be educated. It's going to have to be qualified. And you just have to be smart enough to understand how to manipulate, direct, right?
Communicate.
Communicate, and let them do the work for you. Don't ask me nothing about electrical wiring and should I use what size wiring, what type of PEX pipe. I don't care, and I don't need to know that. I don't need to know that. But the licensed plumber or contractor that works for me, he's licensed, better know that. So it's a whole different play. It's a whole different play when it comes on this side. And listen, there's too much celebrating because you got under contract and bought a piece of property.
What do you mean by that?
People are convincing you because you became qualified to be able to buy a piece of property. That means you won. That is the easiest part of this business.
Oh my Lord, Welby.
All right. So if that's the easiest part of this business, here's a question I need everybody to ask yourself. If that's the easiest part of the business and it's that difficult to get to the closing table and close, could you imagine how much more difficult everything else is? All right.
Welby, go on, man. Go a little.
Good Lord, have mercy.
Help people.
No. They need to show up at 5 o'clock.
There you go. There you go.
From 5 to 8
Yeah,
p.m.
we gotta get out of here.
And we'll see you guys on Wednesday. So check out, you can either go on the link that's on the YouTube channel right now, or you guys could go to my page, or you could go to Dan's page, you could go to Chris's page on Instagram and get your tickets. They're already halfway sold and they've only been out 10 hours. Right? They're already halfway sold. They've been out 10 hours. I have no doubt they'll all be gone. So grab them. This is going to be the cheapest way to get to us. I can guarantee you, because my courses and everything is $5,000 and that's already sold out. So jump in the room with us and come and eat and get some food with us.
The reality is this: we're only doing 35 people.
Yeah, it's already halfway gone.
We're doing 35 people because we want to bless 35 people with individual time.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Intimacy where they could feel comfortable asking their questions and we could take the time out to answer them accordingly.
Sweet. All right, guys, that's all I got for you. It's a couple questions here, but it's 7:40 now. And let you guys get out of here. So Wednesday.
Wednesday, and we're about to get on Instagram Live real quick.
8 o'clock.
Oh, 8 o'clock.
You want to do it now? Let's do it now.
Yeah, let's do it now, man. So we're gonna get on Instagram real quick. You want me to host it, or you want to host it? What you want to do?
Whatever you want to do.
So I'll get on Instagram real quick. You get on Chris real quick with us?
I can for a quick second. Yeah, I got 8 o'clock.
We ain't gonna last long, man, because I gotta get my beauty sleep, man. So let's
go.
We out of here.
Listen, round up tonight. I don't know how many more seats are left, but the event, Miguel, the info of the event, it's all in the video description, Miguel. Everything's right there. Don Pepe's, the address, the location.
If you go to our Instagram account, either one of us, we have the link in our bio. All the information is there as well. Or you could go to shop.usalandventures.com, or just type in, again, guys, it's all in our Instagram accounts. It's on the bottom of the video.
It's right there.
There's absolutely no reason why you can't find it.
Right there. Roundup, I look forward to seeing you. I'm coming to town. I feel like I get an opportunity to touch my Roundup homies, man. I miss talking to y'all.
Coming to New York, New Jersey. Let's go.
Subscribe to the channel, y'all. Hit that like button. Share with anybody else that's in the New York, New Jersey area that we'd love to meet them if they're interested in getting started in real estate investing. These are some real players. And I see you guys Wednesday at 5 o'clock. Peace. Get registered in the video description.
All right, guys. I'm going to get on Instagram now.